Hello everyone and welcome back to my video blog on my continuing series about how to create wealth and retiree real estate by using an ADU. Today I'm going to talk about how's the market. Last time I talked about the financing. A lot of you have a good response, say, hey, I'm going to use that one to start on the project. However, they say, how's the market? So I'm going to tell you about the last quarter, which is pretty much we have 2 full months under lockdown and about half month that we're getting out of the lockdown, April, May, and June. So I'm going to compare with granularly instead of whole quarter, April, May, and June of 2019. Okay, so this time the data I'm pulling out is actually the number of new listings that have been taken for each month, as well as number of listings that went under contract, go into escrow. Okay, so in April of 2019, we have 2,500 new listing, and at the same time, you have 1,787 listing that went under contract. Okay, that represents 71% of the listing that is going to escrow. Okay, or you will have 1.4 month of inventory. So this is pretty consistent in May and June of 2019. You have 71% of number of new listing that are taken, and then versus the number of listing that went under contract, 71% and 1.4 month inventory. So that's throughout of 2019. How do we look, in 2020 with the lockdown? Yes, April has a big drop of 65% of the number of listing taken. Is not listing taken, listing that went under contract. Okay, listing taken was 1,344 in the month of April. And then the number of listings that went under contract was 869. We have more closing. We have about 1,304 closing in April. But the number of, to be consistent, the number of listings that went under contract, signed new escrow, 869. So it's a drop of 65%. However, we have a big hockey stick or V shape, as you call, in the month of May. In the month of May, we have 1,828 new listings taken, and then 1,435 listings that went into escrow. So we have a jump of 65% over the previous month of the number of transactions that went under contract. Okay, and then in the month of June, we also have an increase of roughly 6% of number of listings taken is 1,950 new listing. And listen, we have 1,906 listing that went under contract. And that 1,906 listing that went under contract is higher than the 1,729 new listing that went under contract in June of 2019. So 10% more. Okay, actually is it an anomaly? No, it's a pent-up demand that push that one, because we all know that the second quarter of every year, this selling season start pretty much around April and go last until when school start in September. Okay, so that is the selling season. So this year we push back probably 2 months because of lockdown. So we look at more transaction coming into July too. June, it has been a great month. Okay, so how's the pricing? Okay, so the pricing in June of 2019. I spare you about the average price. I look at the dollar per square foot because there's more home, bigger home sold, so the skew that one, but dollar per square foot is pretty a gauge of the valuation. Okay, so in May of in June, I'm sorry, in June of 2019, the average dollar per square foot is $378. For the area that I always talk about, boundary of the 710 freeway to the 15 freeway on the east, and the north will be the 210 freeway to 60 in the south. So you have Altadena all the way to Rancho Cucamonga, Monterey Park, Montebello, all the way to Eastvale, Ontario. Okay, so that's pretty much the general area that we're talking about. $378 per square foot. Okay, and this year we are looking at an average of $387 per square foot. So there's a price increase of 2.3%. Despite of everything like that, the price of the market has been stable, has been keeping up with the low inflation. Okay, no big jump, anything like that, but it's pretty healthy. So if you ask me, say, is it a good time to invest? I say definitely yes. Okay, because the housing shortage is as ever big in California. Unless there are more people moving out of California, but as long as people stay, or you have only a few 1 or 2% moving out, there's still a big housing shortage. So housing shortage translate to demand for ADU. Okay, the demand ADU is even higher because it's like a semi private single family home versus an apartment. Okay, so I welcome your feedback, and this is answer a lot of questions that I received from phone call. See how's the state market for you to invest into ADU. Okay, the state market is pretty strong. It's healthy. I think it will stay healthy until pretty much next year. Okay, so the crystal ball pretty much stop for next year. So right now it's a strong market. The rent is great. So on our next series about how to create wealth and retire with real estate, I'll give you the number, the dollar return, and what kind of rent that you can get on that percentage. Okay, so until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. Thank you.